we're home, settled in, and we turned the news on.
For Tim Leggett, it was the most unexpected way to find out his brother Dale had died.
We like to get here in time to see Lester, and the story comes on about dealing the dead.
It is a disturbing story out of Texas.
It was our investigation into a local medical school, the University of North Texas Health Science Center, and how it made millions in part by taking in unclaimed bodies from Dallas and Tarrant counties and then leasing out those body parts, often without consent, for medical training and research, at times as their own loved ones searched for them.
And I'm thinking, okay, well, that's interesting. I feel very sorry for those people. And then they said, if you want to see more about the story or look at the list of names, go to our website.
And so Tim did, both out of a curiosity and a nagging feeling about his brother.
Thinking, well, it has been a little while since I've seen Dale, and I know he lives by himself. I know he's very, very much a loner.
To his shock, there among some 1,800 names of unclaimed bodies given to the center and published by NBC News was Denzel Leggett, Dale.
So I had a moment, a long moment of crying and tears because that's how I found out about my brother's death.
Right.
So I'm dealing with it.
Tim is among at least 11 families who have learned the grisly details of what happened to their relative, not from a medical examiner, hospital, or the Health Science Center, but from NBC News, and 6 who found their relative's name on the list we published of unclaimed bodies, including the mother of a 21-year-old murder victim, Arimar Iturriago Villegas, who in 2022 was killed in a road rage shooting outside Dallas. Despite documents showing authorities in Texas had her mother's phone number in Venezuela, there's no evidence they attempted to call it before her body went to the center for medical training. Invoices showing her body parts assigned dollar figures, $900 for her torso, $703 for her legs.
How does something like that happen? How could somebody not realize, hey, this person's probably got family here?
Tim reached out to the center seeking answers. Officials gave him a letter thanking him for his brother's sacrifice and indicating his body had been used to train anesthesiologists. But they omitted that the training was held in Kentucky by a for-profit medical education company, a detail only revealed in documents obtained by NBC News.
What's disturbing is, why didn't you just tell me that?
Officials also handed him a box containing what he was told were his brother's remains.
Do you believe that those are indeed your brother's ashes?
I'm not positive. My wife is convinced they're not, but emotionally, psychologically, I'm going to pretend they really are, because there's somebody in that box, and whoever's in that box needs to be, in my mind, set free. So I set them free.
Following NBC News' findings, the center suspended its body donation program and fired the officials who ran it. The center declined to comment on Dale's case, but said in a recent statement, in part, it will take necessary actions to address any additional failures, and that it continues to extend its deepest apologies to the families impacted. Tim says he hopes speaking out will lead to change, including more regulation for the body broker industry, which so far has little to none, not only in Texas, but nationwide.
What do you want people to know about your brother?
My brother, he never hurt anybody. He was a unique personality, but he never hurt anybody.
And he never would have wanted this.
And he never would have wanted to happen to his body.
Liz is joining us now. That's an incredible story, Liz, to hear that he only learned about it by watching the series on Nightly. Just unbelievable. There are other potentially family members who still have no idea that their loved ones were used for something like this. What is being done to prevent this sort of thing from happening again?
Yeah, Yasmin, it is really remarkable. And I just do want to give a shout out to the reporting team behind this, particularly our colleagues, Mike Hicksonbaugh and John Shupe, who have spent a year investigating this and exposing this. Just incredible reporting there by the team. And as far as your question, the big ethical question here is, should unclaimed bodies be able to be used for medical training and research without consent? We know that bioethicists overwhelmingly believe that no, they should not be. Many hospitals and medical schools are not using unclaimed bodies, but it's really hard to know the scope and where else this might be happening because there is no federal regulation around it. Only a handful of states really have any kind of regulation around unclaimed bodies. We do know that a state senator in Texas, after our reporting, has come out and said that he is working on legislation now for Texas to do two things. One, to ban the use of unclaimed bodies for medical training and research without consent, and two, to make some kind of regulation around the U.S. body broker business. In fact, we've done other reporting on that, and one expert told me that there's more regulations around selling refrigerators in the U.S. than selling body parts. It's really remarkable. I think there's a lot more to dig into here, and we do actually have more reporting, several other pieces we've done from the team that folks can go and see on our website, NBCnews.com, Yasmin.
I'm wondering, how long did it take from the time in which he saw the piece on Nightly to actually finding his brother's name and understanding what exactly had happened? Was it immediate, or was it over a period of days?
He tells us that literally he was sitting there on the couch with his wife, that they have a joke every night. They got to get home to watch Lester, and that he went there on the couch and went to the app, looked at our article, and saw his brother's name right then and there.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Really good reporting on that. Thank you, Liz Kreutz. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.